Hey, welcome back. So today we are starting to get Christmas decorations put up.
I'm committed to decorating the house.
And so we're doing some lining of our driveway. We decided that we were going to try to build an arch over our driveway.
I dedicate this house to the Griswold Family Christmas.
We're going to put some garland on it, some lights on it, so it looks like we're driving through, I don't know, an arch of Christmas joy and happiness. So we went and got PVC pipe. So I got 3/4 inch PVC pipe because it bends. So I'm hoping I can strap it to each side of the driveway and it'll bend naturally over top of the driveway. And so we got basically 8 pieces of 3/4 inch PVC pipe that are 10 feet long. And the ones we got have the male and female connectors, so you don't need the joints in the middle. So they're almost 10 feet. So some of them we cut down to put T-joints in so we could put crossbars in. So we'll show you what we did, and hopefully it works because we don't really know. Okay, so one thing that we did is we basically didn't want to glue these because at the end of the season I wanted to basically be able to pop the PVC pipe apart and so I could store it easily. So instead of gluing these, which would be normally what you do with PVC pipe is glue them all together, instead of doing that, I just basically put a small screw hole in it and I put screws into them. So that way at the end of the season I pull out the screws, boom, and I don't have to worry about storing them. I can take them all apart, store them underneath the house or whatever, and it's not something really bulky to store. So the other thing we wanted to do is make sure that it stayed to the ground. So basically these are 2-foot sections of rebar. So I'm gonna stake these in the ground. I'm gonna go in probably about half the rebar into the ground, and then I'm gonna take the PVC pipe and put it over top of it. So that way it kind of stretches over it, and hopefully that'll keep it towards the ground. I might have to put like a screw through just to tap it into like the rebar, because I just don't want it to blow away or come down on a car, or I come back and it's in the neighbor's yard. So we're gonna give this a shot and see how this works. We're zip tying it to a better anchored pole, and we're zip tying it down through the hole, so that way it can't possibly lift off, like whoosh, lift off the ground. So now it can't possibly lift off the ground. Well, it can. It'd have to pull the anchor out of the ground to lift it off the ground. But we're gonna do the other side just like this, and we're gonna do it over there. We're gonna pull that anchor up over there. Probably got to get one more anchor because the rebar works really kind of nice, but it's probably a waste of money. We probably should have gotten the heavier anchors. It's too wobbly. No.
Dad, you gotta get lights to go around it.
We gotta have, you know what we need? Dad, we need an anchor to be there, to hold it down here, and an anchor to be 2 anchors over there and 2 anchors over here.
Okay guys, we're done. So here's what it looks like during the day. And then here's what it looks like at night. We started with one arch and we decided that it wasn't enough. In fact, a lot of our neighbors decided it wasn't enough either. So we made a second arch. So now it's about 20 feet long. So it's 2 arches put together. And so there's a couple things that we learned along the way with this. One is the PVC pipe does work pretty good, but you do have to like rope it down. So we got some like green rope that kind of blended in with the background so you can't see it that much. And we staked it down because if you have a lot of heavy winds, PVC pipe will sway and it'll bend. It always comes back, but it'll sway and bend pretty good because for one, it's high. So it's at least, 10 feet or so, 9 feet high. so it's high, so when you have a couple of them together, they'll sway pretty good. By putting two together though, and putting two PVC pipes in the middle, we gain some stability to it. So, and our arches look a little bit better because they look like they're more rounded, because now you have two together in the middle, so it kind of holds the structure a lot better. The other thing that we learned along the way is we started off by putting in rebar, like basically 2-foot rebar. And we hammered it into the ground so we could slide the PVC pipe over it, so it would make kind of like a sleeve into it, right? We found out that we have these green stakes that we were using for the lights, to run the lights on. Those actually work better because they have a piece of metal that's kind of a flat piece of metal, so it keeps it from moving from side to side, and it actually anchors it better to the ground. So we secured our PVC pipe by drilling little holes in it and basically zip tying it to those green bars that we put in the ground. So that worked a ton better than the rebar, and those are about $4 a piece for the green ones, and the rebar was like $3. So for the extra $1, it was just easier to slide it along there and then basically zip tie the PVC pipes to it. So after we got the PVC pipe put in, we wrapped it in we got some cheap garland from just Walmart, and it's like we needed multiple pieces of garland because it's not great garland. So we wrapped it with Walmart garland that we got. And then we put about 1,000 lights on it, because at the end of the day, we really wanted it to light up at night and to really be kind of cool for people to see and drive by and see it. Okay, so the total cost of doing both arches with lights, with the garland, basically with everything that you see, was about $170. So not terrible, and it actually is something unique. So everyone buys blow-ups, or they do, they buy whatever they can. Reindeers for their front yards, which are really cool actually. But at the end of the day, it's something unique that no one else has. And so we lit our driveway and we lit the arch, and I think it's pretty cheap for what it is. And the nice thing is, the other thing I wanted to say too is, all of this comes apart. So at the end, we can actually take down each piece, and we'll just have a bunch of 10-foot sections of PVC pipe, because we screwed them together. So we didn't glue them, we screwed them, so we could take them all apart. So we can just take them all apart, store them under the house, and then next year reassemble them all, and we'll have our arch back again. And we'll probably add more to it by that time, but that's it. And it's something cool. I mean, the neighbors drive by and see it, they either think we're crazy, or they really do think it's neat. Either way, we don't care. So anyway, Merry Christmas, thumbs up, see you next time.